From each according to his ability to each according to his needs. Garfield, 1988. Everyone knows about the cat Garfield, a comically fat and lazy cat that lives in a house with his owner, John, and John's dog, Odie. But what most people don't know is that the creator of the show, Jim Davis, made it to spread the word of communism to the malleable minds of the 80s youth. What started as a comic on the newspaper turned into an injector for sleeper communist agents. This is that story. It all started on September 17, 1988. Garfield was a well-known funny cat to the majority of the glue eaters we call 80s kids, so when they heard he was coming to the silver screens, every kid in town was going to be glued to the radiation box after school. The show was named Garfield and Friends, and contains Garfield, Odie, John, and a few other characters depicted as barn animals. This is a clear reference to George Orwell's Animal Farm, which is a book that metaphorically portrays the communist revolution. Garfield himself is seen as lazy and fat, wanting everything to be handed to him. This is typical commie behavior. His favorite meal, lasagna, has colors yellow and red to symbolize how consuming communist ideologies nourishes him. John Arbuckle, his owner, is a metaphor for the bourgeoisie, the tyrannical owner of the worker, who makes the proletariats work for them for meager pay. Odie is the working man, the proletariat, and moves at the whim of his master, John. And Garfield hates Mondays because it symbolizes the start of the proletariat's work week. Now, the revolution all started when Garfield read Karl Marx's book, The Communist Manifesto, and realized the need for communism. He realized what he must do, and started the Muncie Underground Commie Ring, or as he called it, the Muncie Podornas Komunistickoi Koltoso. At first no one noticed, and he realized just sitting there and waiting for things to happen like usual wouldn't work, and he needed something to do big to stir up tensions against the capitalist horde. So he hatched a plan. John Arbuckle had access to the internet, and Garfield used this to research how to make explosives. He was going to bound the town of Muncie in key places, like factories and stores, and make many workers lose their jobs. With many workers not knowing where to go, he would make a speech and blame the bourgeoisie for the massive job loss. The laborers would flock to him and eventually take arms and take over the town. Him searching for the explosive DIOs would also have a side effect. John would be flagged by the FBI for his search history and imprisoned. Odie would have no one but Garfield to obey, and he could use Odie as a figurehead while he controlled from behind. So, he set his plan into action.
FBI, open up!
Garfield had searched up how to make explosives on Google.com. The FBI, of course, raided the house, and seeing the only white man in the house was John Arbuckle, John was shot and killed. Garfield was now the owner of the house, and, like had planned, Odie was now in servitude to him. Garfield now would use the second part of his plan and put it into action. Garfield was now going to bomb the many factories in Muncie using his bombs he made using Google.com's DIY feature. This next clip shows Nermal, one of Garfield's radicalized followers, killing themselves in the name of communism.
What's shown in the next clip may disturb some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Daddy, look over here! Look at me, Daddy!
This is really hyper today. Sarah, don't go too far.
Birds! Look, Mommy, there's birds!
That's your daughter. I know she gets that from you.
Garfield had done it. He had bombed 3 factories in Muncie, totally destroying the workers' economy. However, things did not go so smoothly this time. While yes, his explosion was technically a success, it had killed many of the workers in the factories, lowering the numbers of people who would actually join him. Also, Garfield, being a dumb fuck, lazy commie, also looked past the fact that his only ally was now the idiot Odie, And if anyone actually tried to find the case of who did the explosions, it laid right on Garfield's fat tail. Garfield was now ready to give his speech to the workers of Muncie and hope that they joined his cause.
Товарищи красноармейцы и краснофлотцы, командиры и политработники, рабочие и работницы, колхозники и колхозницы, работники интеллигентного труда, братья и сестры в тылу наших врагов, временно подпавшие под иго немецких разбойников, наши славные партизаны и партизанки, разрушающие тылы наших врагов.
Come, my comrades, unite as one. These are the last words of Garfield before he was shot by the FBI. Not much is known about Garfield's investigation, but today we have an informant here who will give us never-before-seen insight on the investigation. We will disguise his voice for his privacy.
I knew Garfield very well, but after a while I saw him change. I joined his group because I was fed up working for someone who paid me nothing in exchange for hours of work. Garfield was a very charismatic cat. He would tell big tales of how he'll change his world. But then he showed us his real plans, and I couldn't accept that. So I told the FBI, and the rest is history.
This one man's actions led to the entire collapse of the Muncie underground commie ring. He is the unsung hero of this story, and that is the end of this one. Thank you, and come back next time for a documentary on Squidward, Child Predator Island.